Hey guys, zedtv here. Welcome back to another video. So today I would like to base this video on one of the most biggest support schemes out there at the moment for disadvantaged students, known as Nuffield. So who are Nuffield? Nuffield is an organisation which tries to support disadvantaged Year 12 students getting into science/research industry by giving them really sort of impressive summer schemes. So they have quite a lot of organisations they're in contact with within the fields of medicine, dentistry, biomedical, the social sciences, quite a lot of sort of science and research organisations. They have a lot of contacts in that field, and they give students a placement, usually 4 to 6 weeks, to work with a well-known organisation and just to build quite a really impressive work experience in that field, which then helps them with experience when applying in the future to universities and jobs within that sector. Information, more detailed information about what Nuffield is, what they do, and everything will be down below. A link to their website, because they obviously explain it much better than how I do. But they are an amazing opportunity that you should apply to. Unfortunately for their 2021 entry, they have closed it now. But this video is mainly to support 2022 applicants and 2023 and so forward. So I applied. This video is going to be all about my personal statement, which is part of the application process, my interview experience, 2 key bits within getting a place with them. So personally, I applied quite early when they opened up applications. On their applications, there are quite a few sections: personal information, your education, so mainly your GCSE results, your teacher reference. You've got to write a personal statement about 500 words in length. I personally went up to 550, so there is quite a bit of leeway, about 500 words. Your declaration and some other legal stuff. I might have missed some bits out, but all of that, personal statement being the key bit in getting offered an interview there. And as I said, this video is going to be focused on my personal statement and my interview, just to support you guys out when you're putting your application together. It's sort of a good opportunity to have a go at writing a personal statement for the first ever time by yourself, because it's sort of practice of how it's going to be in year 13 when UCAS comes around. So personally, I've learned a lot of personal statement skills, which I've definitely earned. I've sort of I know how to write a proper personal statement now. Did take quite a lot of drafts and re-editing and then sending over to my teachers, to other students who can then review it, making appropriate changes. And yeah, finally got there, and this personal statement was key to getting me an interview. So my options in order, my number one option, which my personal statement was actually based around, was biology. I sort of went for subjects that were closest to human sciences, or the branches of human sciences. So my first option was biology, my second was social sciences, my third was psychology, my fourth was biomedical, and then they have so many other options, from medicine, dentistry, psychology. They've got sociology. They've got so many, I just can't think at the moment. They are incredibly competitive, but don't let that put you off, because even if I did get rejected, I have learned so many skills writing an application and writing a personal statement, which will definitely benefit me next year and the rest of my life. I was offered my second option, which is social sciences, and they paired me up with they sent once everyone sends their applications, they sort of organize them into who's best for what. Then they send your personal statement, your details to an organization they think might want you. So mine personally was sent to Education Policy Institute, which are known for doing government reports, and they work with the education department to make appropriate changes to make the system more fairer for everyone. Um, so I, so they went over and they wanted to do an interview with me. Obviously, right now we can't do physical interviews, so my interview was through Zoom, and I'll get into the details over that. And after my interview, they were looking for 2 students to work with them, and they picked me. Yay! They picked me, and I'll be in this summer of 2021. I'll be going over to Westminster to do a 4 to 6 week placement, which hasn't been confirmed yet, with the other student I was selected to work on a government report on how teacher retention and financial factors can play a part in education system of the lower schools in lower socioeconomic regions. So I'll be using research online, doing my own research, working with schools, different teachers, and all the sort of third parties that Education Policy Institute work with to really build my own report and sort of work with the team to build my skills. So it's a great opportunity, and obviously this is in the field of social sciences, sociology, education system, and I'm really happy I got offered one. So now, time for the details. Let's get started with the personal statement. So, hello guys again. So here we are. I'm screen recording my personal statement right in front of me. Yeah, so as I read through this, do feel free to take notes. I know that they tell you in your personal statement you need to include any work experience you've done so far, what you're interested in, what you want to do in the future, but it's really hard to start off. So I personally struggled at that. You just need to start somewhere. What I would say though is not to directly copy a lot of things off me. Try and use these as inspiration, how you can sort of mold it into your own ideas. Um, and yeah, let's get started. If you do want to have a physical copy, this is saved on a Word document for me, so I can, if you do want, you can contact me on Instagram through zach_studies or zedtv.yt, and I can send you over a copy of this. I also did a recent Instagram post on this quite a couple of days ago, which I'll link below as well. And yeah, please feel free to DM me. I always reply to my DMs to help everyone out. So let's start. Nothing defines our human world more than a state of continuous flux. I'm always updating myself on human life through YouTube, Google News, New Scientist magazines, and TED Talks, witnessing these incredible advancements, which in many cases humanity could not have even dreamt of a generation ago, giving me an updated overview of modern science. I currently take a fascinating interest in an interdisciplinary approach to studying humans, and this is a great opportunity to narrow down. Social sciences, science and social sciences in general have always been an interesting field for me, as new things are always being discovered, enhanced or invented. Using GCSEs to find my best subjects, I have taken 2 sciences and 2 social science related subjects further as my curiosity within this field develops. My academic passion in my chosen A-levels can be demonstrated by my study-centered Instagram account and YouTube channel, which I use to share revision tips and resources. Consistently producing valuable content for these platforms has allowed me to amass over 750 followers and 500 subscribers respectively. So obviously this is sort of old. I started writing it a couple of months ago, so that 500 has now changed to about 750 now. Thank you to all of you guys. I have been part of the NCS Autumn 2020 programme to being elected head boy for Year 12, responsibility for organising extracurricular and charity events. See, that line does sort of make not make sense, but they do realise that this is everyone's first go and there will be mistakes. So you don't have to be too serious about it. But next time I need to check again. Seeking chances to challenge myself, I have represented my school in many sport and drama events, arranged and hosted online charity events and electives, generating donations through leadership, teamwork and resilience. Oh, that's not meant to be there. This enabled me to develop my confidence by pushing my limits and work with a range of specialists across various fields, constantly collaborating with the senior leadership team to make appropriate changes to our education experience. I tried to stay busy with effective time management and planning, using the lockdown positively to volunteer as a biology and maths tutor and complete MOOCs from cellular biology to digital leadership to healthcare to take my interests further. I'm currently reading The Microbes Fight Back, Antibiotic Resistance by Lauren Bellwater, which has exposed me to entirely new concepts beyond the GCSE and A-level syllabus. In addition, I'm also reading Population 10 Billion by Danny Dorling, which deals with the demographic issues we may face in the future. My favourite part is the chapter on health and disease, where Dorling discusses medical access and strain on health services, bridging biological and medical sociology concepts. By taking an EPQ and antibiotic resistance, focusing on the human effects to further my understanding on the human biological response, and a member of the school's debating club, I have developed critical analysis, independent learning and thinking skills. There is no doubt science and research is a field I truly love and care about. My current aspiration is to study human sciences at the University of Oxford, constantly fueling my determination and passion every day to try my hardest on my studies. Despite being the most complex creatures on this planet, we know so much, yet so little. We know very little about our own brains, how we came to exist, and still struggling to counter viral infections. With improving technology and understanding, a future where there are no glaring unknowns should not be an unrealistic prospect. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to progress a step closer towards my dream. This is a chance to work with globally respected, motivated academics within science and research who constantly change the world around us. I'm certain this will absolutely help me to understand myself better and my role of how I can effectively play my part for the future of our one known planet. The global societies are changing for the best, and I want to help adapt to both new and familiar challenges we face against humanity. So there it was, my personal statement. I just do want to make one thing clear. While I was making my personal statement, they did host a live Q&A session, which I did attend, and they covered quite a lot of FAQs and loads of really helpful advice, how to write your personal statement, everything what you need to do. Don't be if you're in year 12 at the moment, don't really worry about all the work experience I did. For example, I wrote have a study cram and a YouTube channel. I've done a lot of MOOCs, I'm reading books, I'm doing all of that stuff. You don't have to include any of that, because they do know that that you're applying for work experience, so you shouldn't really have any beforehand. It just helps if you put it in there, if you do anything at all. So that's not really a necessity. You just need to write what you genuinely enjoy, that you genuinely have a passion about something. You can see throughout mine, my whole idea was I genuinely really like how science and research is at the moment, and it's a field I want to go into. And the key idea was that this placement would help me narrow down. That's a repeating theme in my personal statement. So if you take a similar structure, it should help. So just express your fascination within this field, whether it be medicine, watching doctors on YouTube, or whatever. just express what you like. That's really all it is for the personal statement. And yeah, it should go all right. Remember, if you do have any questions about the personal statement, do feel free to DM me on Instagram. I will try and help you with what I can. And yeah, so as I've managed to do well, I will probably do another YouTube video closer to summer, once I've actually done the work experience. They do give bursaries as well. They do give bursaries regarding if you don't have the right technology at home, or if you can't travel there. So Westminster, to me, is actually decently, not too far, not too close, that sort of thing, so I should be okay. But they do help with travel and everything they can to support you, so it is a great scheme. All right, moving on to the interview, let's go. So the interview, okay, so once I got an email back from the coordinator of Nuffield, it was like, this person from this organisation wants to interview you. And that's the only interview I got. I think you only get one interview if the organisation decides to check you out or not. And I don't know if they do it physically usually, but for me it was over Zoom, probably because of COVID and stuff. And the way it works for me was 4 p.m. after school on a Thursday. Come back from school, I just took my clothes off, my blazer off, had my shirt and my tie, and about 4 o'clock I joined the Zoom call, and my Nuffield coordinator was there, and then two of the employees of Education Policy Institute who were quite high up. I think they were like the senior director and someone else. And they were going to be the people who, if I got offered, I'll be working with them. So I'll be working with them later this summer. And they just really ask you a list of questions. They just want to see how you respond. They are really nice. A couple of times I was just shaking so much because we're allowed to take notes while on the call and give appropriate responses. I was shaking, I was stuttering, but they did say, take a deep breath, let's restart, and it did go really well. Just really, in the interview, just expand on all your points you make. For example, one of my questions was, what do you know about our organisation? And luckily, I did find on their website, one of their interviewers, I saw what they did. So one of them did quite a lot of research within boys' GCSE performance within GCSE languages, so French, German, and Spanish. I looked at that brief report and found that that girls are 3 times more likely to pass a GCSE language, and that genuinely shocked me. It really interested me, and I said how that I could see that at a personal level, as it was one of my worst GCSEs. I could see that as a school level for me, and at a national scale, it was quite a massive problem then. So it just shows how the government need to be aware of it. They could make certain improvements on how they can improve it. Don't expect much, but if you do that extra research, it really does catch your eye. Because I do remember when I said that, she looked up, she was like, so do your research before you do the thing. Because one that I bet, I can tell you, whatever organisation you get paired up with, they will say, what do you know about our organisation? I did talk about how one of them went to Oxford, and that was my ambition, so I could take her career path, and I'd really love to know her education journey as well once I'm at the placement. And the other one went to Newcastle. I'm not really looking at Newcastle University, but I did see beforehand that they do offer biology. I was like, oh, I'm quite interested in biology as well. So it just shows that interest. Even if you're not 100% interested, if you just, saying it does help. The interview is just really a bunch of questions. I did sort of expand on my points a lot. One of them was, how did you name me a time where you needed to use determination, time management skills? And then I just used my example of GCSE graphics, which has just been a massive mess for me throughout year 7 to 10, and I had to cram the whole course within my year 11 my year 11 winter. So I'd had no break, just loads of sketchbook stuff, and managed to get a pass. Unfortunately, it was what was my worst GCSE, but I did say that from that I learned that the arts section wasn't my strength, and I crossed off that. All right, languages are not my strength, arts are not my strength, and then I cut down, found that the sciences and social science was my strength, and I just wanted to narrow down more, and this gives me a great opportunity to work with such huge professionals in this field. So it's just really, the key point again is they're nice people, they're not people trying to catch you out, and they just want you to do really well. Shout out to Quizlet. Just why not? Got a Quizlet water bottle come through today. Just look how fresh that looks. Absolutely love it. Definitely will be using these on my boxing sessions when they come back. But yeah, that's about it for today. I just want to say that honestly, good luck with everything. I'm always here if you need to ask anything. Comment below. Contact me if you want to DM me or anything. And best of luck. And yeah, that's my Nuffield scheme. I'm still waiting back to hear from some other schemes I've applied to. Hopefully I can make videos on those. We've got quite a busy weekly schedule now, so next week I've got a few videos which I'll keep for secret now. Every Friday or every weekend there'll be a video coming out. Hopefully I can grow even more. I want to reach my goal of 1k and disprove Willad. But yeah, hope you found it useful. See you in the next one. Bye.